Hey everybody, I'm Joel from Super Webcam, and I really don't like Cinemasins. I really don't like Cinemasins. And for that matter, I don't like Jeremy Scott, the mind and voice behind Cinemasins. And no, Cinemasins are not satire or just jokes. Watch the video by BobVids and the video by JXy to learn more about this. Links to both of them are going to be in the description and, if I can figure out how to, up top. Now, all this being said, on with the rest of the video.
You need to believe in the impossible. Can you do that?
Condescending narration. Condensation?
No. Condensation is the change of water from its gaseous form into liquid water. Condensation generally occurs in the atmosphere when warm air rises, cools, and loses its capacity to hold water vapor. As a result, excess water vapor condenses to form cloud droplets. And yes, that is, word for word, the explanation given when you literally search it up. I'm only bringing it up because it's fucking retarded that he says this. I hate Cinemasins' stupid pun game.
Also need to believe in the impossible? Do cows climb trees and shout expletives at the passing parade of pillowcases below? No, the answer is no.
Do people run faster than the speed of sound? Or control weather just by tensing the muscles in their arm and wishing it upon someone? No, I hear you respond. You deem that impossible? Well, there you fucking go.
Man, everything 14 years ago sure was orangier.
Whenever I remember things, particularly stuff from way back when I was younger, I seem to remember it with a slightly orange tint. And I don't really know why this is, but doctors seem to say that any color that is present at the time can influence the color we perceive our memories. Also, I dare you to go to a library and look at the oldest book you can see. It was slightly yellowy-orangey, wasn't it? Well, my personal interpretation is that it's meant to reflect the whole comic book angle they were going for.
That wasn't fast enough.
Fast enough? Kid gets in a fight at school and his first thought is he wants to be faster. Man, we sure are laying on this backstory contrivance pretty thick within the first minute, aren't we?
Yes, fast enough. Remember that scene where he was running away from bullies? Also, he didn't really get into a fight. He was trying to stop those bullies that you see him running from harassing another young girl.
CSI, Central City.
In what way is this CSI? Because he's a CSI and works for the police department and goes to crime scenes and investigates them? I've never actually watched an episode, like a full episode of a CSI show in my fucking life. So if this is 100% like a CSI show, fuck you.
Also, 12 inches with asymmetrical tread were the exact instructions my college girlfriend gave me when she asked me to get her
How is this even a sin? Because it reminds you of how inadequate you are? Reminds you of how your girlfriend would prefer a
Getaway cars and Mustang Shelby GT500.
Oh, come on, even if that is true, Barry would have to have the entire tire database memorized to be able to pull that kind of info off the top of his head.
And what if he has? I think it's just a testament to Barry that his knowledge of just the one car that we ever see is enough to be able to tell that it's that specific car.
Also, who knew the world's greatest detective was in the Justice League but wasn't Batman?
I honestly prefer the Arrowverse's refusal to put Batman in present day with them, despite referencing him multiple times. I wrote and recorded this mostly before Batwoman came out. And I still haven't watched Batwoman, so if Batman shows up, fuck you.
Fecal excrement. Animal, I'd guess.
Jeez, I hope so.
Even if it isn't, that lets them use it for DNA. Win-win.
Dad gave me that pen before he died.
And yet you carry it around with you for daily work, and you didn't say anything until just this moment, because poop jokes.
1, not a poop joke, just meant to make Barry feel uncomfortable. 2, the reason that guy keeps the pen on him is so that he can be with his dad even though his dad is dead. Probably the same reason you keep anything given to you by a now deceased family member.
DC Comics.
Yes, the Flash is a DC Comics character. Also, can we just acknowledge that it's really funny that it's called DC Comics, even though the C in DC stands for comics? It's Detective Comics. It's Detective Comics.
The fecal matter I found on the street, it was cow manure, which contained traces of oxytetracycline.
Well, it wouldn't be an Arrowverse show without a healthy dose of bullshit.
Cinemasins. Yeah, I can believe that a guy can run faster than a V8 supercar. Also Cinemasins. A computer program that can track certain chemicals to places that use that chemical is complete bullshit.
Did you find proof of the impossible in Starling City, or did you just make my dad mad for no reason?
Why are these protesters completely silent? Is this how people protest in Central City? By putting together signs and then standing there silently bobbing them up and down?
Though it's a protest, it's been going on for a long time. Weeks, possibly even months. As we see in early parts of Arrow Season 2, these people are probably tired by now.
There is nothing that I want more than for you to meet the right person that totally loves and adores you for the amazing guy that you are.
Geez, this is way too early for a will they or won't they cliche. And I don't even know if they do or don't. I'm just saying it's setting it up hard from the very f***ing beginning.
Not too early. It's actually been teased for months before The Flash even started. I'll speak more on that time later.
My name is Harrison Wells.
I like this Harrison Wells guy. I'm glad he's going to be a part of this show for seasons to come and not relegated to a series of more and more ridiculous and tiresome clones of himself. Good thing that would never happen.
The fact that they used Thorne right up for the bat, and at the end of his timeline, leaving open the possibilities for him to show up at earlier points in his timeline, fulfilling the promise that he delivers to Barry that they've been fighting for centuries, is amazing to me. Now, I'll admit that occasionally it becomes a bit convoluted as to what part of his timeline he's in during the next few times we meet him, but it's still enjoyable to watch, so I have no idea what you mean. Would you prefer to have them imprison him at multiple points, to which you'd probably sin the show saying, why don't they just kill this guy already? Seriously, Jeremy, what do you want?
Trust me, that future will be here faster than you think.
And I trust this show will also not end the speed puns anytime soon.
Jokes! I don't like them.
Hey, my laptop, it's got my dissertation.
And what better time for a purse snatching than a f***ing TED Talk on a super duper physics doohickey? I hear all the petty criminals hang out at these events.
Probably because he knows that there would be people there carrying valuables like laptops and, other things.
Freeze! Please! Or do you want to find out the hard way? You're not faster than a bullet.
It's almost like everyone in this universe has been coached to use only idioms that involve speed. Oh look, my remote control has the word fast on it too. I could get used to this.
What the actual hell was that? If you don't want to watch the show, then turn off your screen.
Also, I want to find out why this police officer was just hanging out in what appears to be a rather desolate area on the other side of this fence.
Oh, probably doing patrol around the billion-dollar scientific facility where, someone might, steal someone's laptop. I don't know, I think that's possible.
He's a transfer from Keystone. Started a few weeks ago. Eddie Thawne.
So Thawne is a Keystone Cop. I know this is a shout out to the original comics, but I just need to say it again. He's literally a Keystone Cop. Okay, I feel better now.
No, actually, he's not a real Keystone Cop, because we are literally introduced to him stopping a crime.
Officials are now trying to shut down the particle accelerator.
Dude, I know this is The Flash, but this shit's happening quick. I mean, the first 10 minutes have shown a Sherlock-like ability for Barry, an introduction of a particle accelerator that's apparently better than f***ing CERN, a neck shooting, a raging flirtation, a purse snatching, and what am I missing? Oh yeah, Barry's mom died in a flash tornado. Jesus, show, pace yourself.
Okay, so we're introduced to Barry in Season 2, Episode 8 of Arrow, where he explains the tornado, his father going to prison, the particle accelerator, and his relationship with Iris. They only really brush past those things and focus more on the general character building.
Good thing for the beauty of this shot that all these containers of various liquids that Barry Allen has needlessly sitting on his shelves just happen to be a variety of well-lit fluorescent colors, huh?
No. The only ones that we see well lit, as you say, are the two green beakers at the top of the screen in the beginning of the shot. And that's only there because there's a light behind them.
Lightning gave me abs.
Barry would be great at TVSins.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I fucking hate the blank would be great at Cinemasins or TVSins or whatever.
Also, the CW keeps its skin claws perfect score intact, because how are we supposed to know if we can trust them until we've seen them without shirts on?
He was in a coma for 9 months, so yes, of course he isn't going to be wearing a shirt. Also, his body isn't the way that Stephen Amell's is, so much to the point where Grant has said that he almost never wears just a t-shirt while hanging out with him.
This is a robbery.
Well, would you look at that? The bad guys introduced in the first half of the episode are robbing a bank on the exact day that Barry comes out of his coma. Will wonders never cease? No, seriously, will they?
Man, I would hate to live in a country ruled by the Cinemasins guy. Coincidence would be outlawed immediately. There would be no lottery because if someone won that, wow, put him in the gulag.